Um, we spend a lot of time here at Frugal Brothers working on our various websites. We actually have multiple websites. We have FrugalBrothers.com. We have the FrugalTech Show. We have Spamigator.com. And we have another domain called gfi4less.com. So it's 4 websites that we deal with every day. And you can spend a lot of time and money developing a website, and that's great. You just built this electronic store, but how do people find you? And this is one of the $64,000 questions out there, and I think this is real relevant to you folks, and so I thought we'd kind of talk about it. There is a set of guidelines, if you will, all right, that you can employ to help bring traffic to your website without doing things like paying for Google AdWords or paid search programs. This is where Google makes their money, folks. It's through paid search. It's when, those links when you do a search in Google on the right-hand side. A lot of people don't like those because most people are smart enough to know that somebody paid to be there, but they make money every time somebody clicks that link. They get a piece of change for that. And someone explained to me a long time ago the concept of what they call the golden triangle, and that is, I'm falling back on Google again, but if you did a search in Google, and if you kind of drew a line from the lower left-hand corner where your eye kind of starts seeing the results on the left side, and draw that right to the upper right-hand corner of the browser window, that triangle there is called the golden triangle. Okay, you want to get your company, when somebody runs a search, ultimately the ideal is to be in that golden triangle. Not always possible, but you certainly want to rank high in those results. In other words, when somebody maybe types in a great steak, you want your steakhouse to come up in the search results on the left as high as possible. Those are called organic or natural search results. And that's where you want to be. And you certainly want to be high in those rankings before you ever consider purchasing AdWords, in my opinion. There's going to be people out there that will probably beg to differ with me, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to that. So how do you do that? Well, this, as I mentioned earlier, there's kind of a set of guidelines out there called search engine optimization, or SEO. And so I came across some tips today on search engine optimization. I got to be honest with you, it's somewhere between, in my opinion, a form of digital alchemy and black arts. But there are some basic techniques that you can rely on. And listen, I've talked to people that spent tens of thousands of dollars with private companies or consultants out there that claim they can get them in that golden triangle, and only to find out that it didn't really pan out for them. But there are some basic things that you can do. So there's kind of 6 little basic steps here. And the first one that you do is you identify keywords. Keywords are what people type into the search bar in Google to run the search. And there's actually a free tool you can get from Google, you can download from Google, for keywords that when you type in, say, boots, it'll come up with different keywords people use to look for boots or water softeners, whatever your business is. So there's a free tool for that, but you want to look and understand how much traffic is being drawn to those particular keywords, and more importantly, what keywords are your competitors using to bring people to their website. Now, once you've done a little bit of research, like I said, you want to identify about the top 4 or 5 keywords, and you can get this this keyword tool at Google. So keywords is the first step, having the right keywords there. Now the second thing is you have to understand how search engines like Google and Yahoo and so forth find the information on your site. And what they do is they use a program called a spider, and the spider goes out and indexes and catalogs your website using some pretty doggone sophisticated tools. And they've gotten a lot smarter, and they're looking at things on that website in order to rank the relevance of that website to a search. You know, if I had, a long time ago, people would put in what we called meta tags on their website that were totally unrelated to their line of business, but only because they were hoping that they would get hits or traffic to their website based on these things. Well, today they use very sophisticated algorithms to determine the relevance of the content of your site to match that with what the end user typed into the search bar. All right. So what they're looking for and ranking you on is different domains and URLs that are located within your website. Title, description links, headings, body copy, text links. All this sort of thing they're looking at, they're ranking you, and they're working on what's called relevance on that. So understand that your site needs to be spider friendly. You need to have things like what's called a site map, but make sure your content is dead on with what people would be searching for to find you.